Like, comment, subscribe. What does this say? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Like, comment, subscribe. She's asleep. You can say ring the bell. Oh, Billy, you chewed up a piece of paper towel. What the hell is wrong with you, bro? Oh, man, mommy's going to see that and she's going to yell at me. Okay, let's give it a minute and see if anybody steps in. Old Jason King says he's going to be first. We'll see. As he just sent me a text and asked if I was still in the door, which we just delivered a load here in Timminsville, South Carolina. Oh, Jason was punked by Joe. Joe is first. Ian, or is it Ian? Ian. Damn it. It's one of the two. How you doing? Alan Leslie, what's up? Skull Trucking, how you doing? How you doing? Sexy man. I don't know how I feel about that. I'll take it. Thank you. How's everybody doing? It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've played on the live. Figured I'd stop in and say chattity chat. See what's up. We're waiting to get a reload out of Timminsville. I think it's Timminsville, South Carolina. Yep, Timminsville, South Carolina. We had a load come this way from Somethingville, Kentucky. There's Billy walking on me like he owns me. I'm taking you don't know who this is. I'm taking you don't know who this is. I know, of course. I see there's a picture of a truck, but it's too small of an avatar. No, I don't know who that is. I was wondering when you're going to resurface again on YouTube. I've put out some recorded videos, Joe. I just put one out this morning, as a matter of fact. And I'm bummed now. I'm bummed because I thought some new YouTube subscriber thought I was sexy. That sucks. Oh shit, it's Stefan. What's up, Stefan? How you doing? Oh man. So now you're what is that? Skull Trucking and RC. Okay. Okay. Now you know what? I think I remember you changing your name. Oh man. What's happening? Yeah, leave that open, Billy. Let some air in here. Melissa told me last night when she went to bed, or this morning at 3 in the morning, and when you're done unloading, because I only had a couple hour drive to the receiver, and when you're done unloading, you better not open the curtain and let air in. You better just run the truck with the RC on, because you better not open that curtain and let light in. So I've got the bottom of the curtain cracked right now because it's like 1,000 degrees in here. Hopefully she doesn't wake up and yell at me. Jeremy says, you're not sexy, you're fugly. Wow. That kind of gets me right there. I'm fugly. And not only am I ugly, I'm fugly. Wow. But yeah, so as you guys seen, I put out let me just pick this up real quick. The dog chewed up a napkin and it's driving me nuts. It'll take me just 2 seconds here to pick it up. Don't do that again, Billy. Here, chew your chew rope. I don't know how he got that, but that just drives me nuts. So anyways, we've been back here for what, a week now? No, we haven't got it. We had 2 days on last week. Now we're starting a full week since Monday. So what is it, Friday? So Monday will be a full week. And we'll see how we do. That's what you get when you don't answer my call. Number one, my phone was on Do Not Disturb, so I did not know you called. number two, I sent you a text and asked if you called because you weren't moving on 360, and it said you ain't moved since last night. So I didn't know if it was like Facebook, where, you know, Facebook will say, oh, so-and-so just posted a message, but yet you posted it yesterday. So I erred on the side of caution, and I sent you a text and said, hey, did you call? And you never replied, so therefore you were probably jerking on me and sleeping. What's up, Peyton? How you doing? How you doing? Joe Jordan says, squirrel. Yeah, I had to get that. And look who's in the house, Kelly Smith, #1 guy. How you doing, Kelly? Wait a minute, what is today? It's Friday morning. Aren't you supposed to be at work? Actually, what time is it? 9:43, so it's 8:43 where you're at. Yeah, you're supposed to be at work. Oh, you're probably at work drinking it. Oh, I forgot, you don't do coffee. You're like Jeremy, you guys do tea. Although I think you only do cold tea. He does hot tea with sugar and cream. Who drinks tea with sugar and cream in it? That's like a man trying to drink a cup of coffee, but he decides that he can't handle it, so he puts cream and sugar in his coffee, and then he realizes that he also drinks Bud Light, so then he just switches over to cream, and then he realizes he really likes Bud Light, so then he switches over to tea. Then he really likes Bud Light, so then he switches over to tea with cream and sugar in it. Boy, I lost my train of thought there for a minute. Dog's got a haircut. Yes, he did. Last time we went home, he got a puppy cut for summer because it's getting hot. Although he's starting to get unruly on the top of his head. I'm bummed, guys. I had it kind of all set up to take him to a trainer at the end of May. I was going to drop him off for 4 weeks and leave him there for 4 weeks because I've got a real... I mean, when he doesn't walk on the leash all that great. He pulls a little bit, which is not that big of a deal. But I have a real bad problem with him. And he's never got off the leash loose, but in my backyard and in dog runs at like Love's, you can put him in the dog run. In the backyard, it's not a big deal because you just leave him back there until he starts barking at the glass door saying, hey, let me in. But in the dog run, I spent 2 hours yesterday, trying to catch him. He plays catch me if you can, to where he'll run to the other side of the dog kennel, and as soon as you move, he'll run around you and do circles around you, run back and forth. Then when you stop, he'll run up to you, kind of tag you, and then run off, and you can't catch him. I obviously don't want to chase him because I don't want him to think it's a game, so I've tried to run from him. It doesn't work. I tried to leave him there and walk back to the truck and see if he'll bark for me. Nope, he just stays and plays in there and just laughs at me and sits there and watches me walk away. But it's a real problem because I'm afraid that if he gets off leash outside, or say he jumps out of the truck or something, he's going to pull this catch me if you can and end up running into the street and or getting run over by a truck. So I called the dog trainer up yesterday and talked to her about that, and she told me she can't guarantee Kieran that. She said especially now that he's 14 months old, and it's $3,400 for 4 weeks of training. And I can't justify spending $3,400 on I can't guarantee we'll fix that. So I don't know what to do. One of the things we are going to do is I'm going to get a 25-foot lead, and from now on take him into those kennels, into the dog run with the 25-foot lead so he can run, but I have control of him because I like to let him loose in there so he can stretch his legs, but I can't spend an hour or 2 hours trying to gather him up. And basically what you got to do is you got to just you got to keep walking towards him back and forth until he tires out, and he'll start by running across the kennel, laying down. Running across the kennel, laying down. Then finally, when he's really panting and tired, if you stand still, he'll walk up to you and lay down next to you, and then you can pick him up and go. But by that time, you're ready to commit doggy murder. Hey, is things starting to pick up? No, they're still slow, but now that I've seen what things could really be when they're bad, that this slowness isn't that bad. I was basing this off of remembering what I made at Prime during the good season and going, yeah, this is bad. but then realizing what you make at Prime right now during the bad season, no, this is good. So basically what I need to do, guys, I need to keep my head screwed on straight and not make rash decisions and bad judgment calls based on things that I'm not thinking straight on. I should have never left here in the first place. I should have stayed right here. Luckily, it only cost me a week of BS, so it wasn't that bad. Rob, hey, what's up, Rob? Dave's still looking good. Great job on the weight. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm 177 pounds, 177.4 pounds last week or whatever it was when I was home. I stepped on the scale. Skull Trucking says Prime loads usually have extra day on them. Yeah, my buddy. Well, Jeremy, go ahead, Jeremy. If you ain't driving, type in what you've been sitting. Man, that boy's been getting 30. He does a load, gets a 34 in. Does a load, gets a 34 in. Has a 2-dropper, drops the first, picks up the load, gets 34, drops the load, gets 34, drops the last part of the load, gets 34. I mean, I ain't never seen somebody take so many 34s in my life, and these are not wanting to take 34s. These are forced 34s. Kelly says, okay, I'm off to work. Have a good day. Love you. Love your life. Thank you, Kelly. I love my life and you love your life. Never heard that one before. Anyways, you have a good one, Kelly. Don't work too hard. And we'll talk to you later. Okay, Jeremy says, I've gotten three 3-hour resets. He means 34-hour resets in a week. Yeah, he's had 3 34-hour resets in a week. Is that crazy or what? He's over there at Prime time. Jeff says, best to get on a dedicated at Prime. Yeah, there's not many dedicateds at Prime there, though, Jeff. It's not like everybody can just go and get on one. But you're right. If you had a dedicated, I know a guy's running a dedicated between Murfreesboro and Reed City, Michigan, and yeah, he just boom, boom, boom. He loves it. But yeah, it's not like you can just hire onto Prime and say, hey, I want a dedicated, and you're going to get one. But you're right. It is best. Right now, it's best to be dedicated on anything to where you know you have a route that you can run consistently. Because that's what the problem is right now, is getting consistent loads. It took you 9 years to get on a dedicated? Not bad. Only 9 years. Cheers, man. Do anybody else drink a cold drink with a hot drink? Because I drink coffee and cold water at the same time. Is that weird? You have to know someone to get on a dedicated lane at Prime. Usually their fleet manager they created it themselves. Yeah, you're right. I think one buddy of mine who's on it, I think he was getting ready to leave Prime because he was just sick of the OTR thing, and I think that's when he was offered it. Jeremy says, oh, and guess what, David? Guess what happened this morning when I looked at my email? When you looked at your email. I don't know. You seen your face reflection in your phone because the email was dark and you had a fucking coronary? I don't know. Billy went back to go sleep with mamas. Where'd you go, Billy? Think what day it is. Today is Friday. Okay. So, it's payday. Did the load not get pushed? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Oh, okay. Can I tell him about that? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, maybe. Yes. Okay. All right, guys, at Prime, payday's on Friday, okay? Your load cutoff is on Wednesday at 4 p.m. I believe it's 4 p.m. Anyways, anything after 4 p.m. goes on the next week. Well, Jeremy, because he's getting all these 34s, he basically only had $1,000 revenue before he took the last load he was on. This last load was going to get him to where he needed to be at the week, but the load picked up late. They held him an extra day, made him deliver a day later at his 02, which is his first delivery, and then an extra day at his 90, which is his final delivery, which put it a day after pay period. He delivered yesterday. So he talked to his fleet manager and said, hey, can you push that onto this week's paycheck? Which they don't like to do. They're like, no, unless you have a really good reason, emergency, we ain't doing it. He goes, well, yeah, the emergency is I got $1,000 for my week's pay if we don't. Not that it was a big deal. Jeremy's one of the fortunate ones who's not living paycheck to paycheck. So basically why he wanted to push it is because he didn't want to have to use e-fund and or go in the red, because $1,000 wasn't going to cover his weekly payment plus his fuel. So he said push it so he doesn't have to do any of that. So the fleet manager agreed, and now he's telling me right now they did not push it. So he did not. So he basically had $1,000 paycheck, and I'm guessing his payment's going to be $1,250, probably about $500 in fuel. So I don't know. You're going to be about $800 in the hole. Whew, that's got to suck. Yeah, there's a couple I know trying to get on one that out of Des Moines, Iowa area. Okay. Oh, you're $1,106 in the hole. Did you contact your fleet manager, aka my old fleet manager? And what did he have to say? I can't wait to hear what he had to say. Oopsie. Damn, that sucks, dude. Oh, that sucks. Here's what, if Jeremy would have called, if I would have answered the phone when he called earlier, he'd have been, dude, you ain't gonna believe this. All pissed off about it, and then he'd well, it is what it is. He does that shit. He'll get mad about something, then, well, it is what it is. It's like, oh. Try to get in my head and say it is what it is. That just makes me want to punch myself. Thirsty. It is what it is. See? So you didn't even contact him. I'd like to know what he has to say about that. Oh, sorry, I just screwed, because he doesn't know what your personal finances are, although he knows what's in your e-fund. But you didn't ask for e-fund, so again, if you're stuck at home with bills and stuff, you'd be totally screwed right now. So I wonder if the fleet managers get fined for pushing loads, and that's why he doesn't want to do it. But then he's going to get fined for you going in the hole. So what fine is more expensive for him? That's one of the problems at Prime, is everything, there's a consequence to every action, and the fleet managers take a lot of heat on everything you do, whether you knew that or not, you guys. Just like my dispatcher and carrier will take all the heat on anything I do. They get the fines and whatnot. Of course, they would just carry them down to me. Jeff says, I'm a husband and wife team. They usually won't put people training on a team dedicated. Yeah, that would make sense, because you're not always going to have that team truck. So that would make sense to, and I mean, how great is that to have a husband and wife that's been married for a long time, been trucking for a while, as a team, you got stability there. As a team truck, are you guys still doing okay over there? Are you staying busy, or are you getting extra time on your loads also? I'm just curious. I can't believe Billy bailed on me. I'm trying to sneak some of this air from back there. It's hot up here, boy. Melissa's going to yell at me because the light's going to go in there. Nothing has changed, so you're doing between 10 and 14,000 a week gross? That's good. That's good. Because that's what the team trucks were grossing back in when things were good. That's good because I know a few teams trucks that are making solo money. So your dedicated must be keeping you alive. That dedicated must be keeping you alive because running general freight over there, even the team trucks the guys I know of are having some issues. But not everybody's going to run into an issue, you know. Some people are just going to have that fleet manager that just keeps them running hard with who cares what the consequences. I don't like that truck, so around 10K a week and home 3 days a week. Jeremy, are you a moderator? Can you delete that? I don't want money like... Oh, wait, I got it. Let me... just want to remove the comment. Okay, Jeff, why I did that is because I don't want people reading... I don't want people reading that because that is the exception to the rule. And I don't want people coming in and thinking, oh, okay, well, why am I not doing that? You know, so you're working 4 days a week no, I'm not, I don't want that in writing on there for sure. I'm going to come right out and say it. I don't even believe it. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I don't really care, but I find that hard to believe to be grossing that much for 4 days a week. In an OTR company, unless you're on some kind of a weird dedicated that's really high paying, which count your blessings and don't get off of it because that's some good ass money right there, especially in this market. Oh man, Jeremy, you know me, you know I'm having a hell of a time staying composed right now. But I said I'm going to just ignore shit from now on. I ain't letting it gonna get bother me. What's stopping you from going company, bringing home every day? Wait. What's stopping you from going company, bring home every day? Seems like you're going out of your way not to go company. Who, me? Why the hell would I go company? Right. Now I know what you're talking about, Jeff. You've mentioned it to me before, and that's why I said it must be some good thing. But let's just leave it at that because that's not the norm. It's not the norm at all, and you're gonna freak other guys who are having, working 7 days a week and not making that money, running a team truck, and it's just gonna cause, we don't want to cause problems. You also don't want people talking to their fleet manager and saying, hey, Jeff Wilson is doing this. Why is he doing that? Which is going to bring heat down on you, and you might end up losing your gig because your fleet manager gets flack for it. So we want to just keep that. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, we'll keep that comment. We'll keep that out of there for everybody's sake. But Dan, why would you say what would make you think I'd want to go company and make $1,000 a week or $1,200 a week versus what I'm making now with the freedom that I have? I think one of the problems, maybe why you're thinking that, is because you only hear me bitch and complain about things. I never talk dollars and cents on what I'm actually making. So maybe you think I'm making less than a company driver or something. But I don't want to throw numbers out there because not everybody's going to make the same numbers, and it's going to just piss people off who are trying to make certain numbers and they're not. And then it's also could piss people off to hear me bitching about it being slow, about the spot market being shitty, and then I come on and say, yeah, I'm making $30,000 a week, man. It's slow. It sucks. And they're going to be like, you're just an asshole. We hate you, click. I mean, most people think I'm an asshole and hate me anyways, but... Man, I'm thirsty, guys. What is up with that? I bought this Diet Mountain. Oh, shit, this ain't Diet. What the fuck? Oh, well, I'm going to drink a non-diet Mountain Dew. Probably go into sugar shock because I can't have sugar, but I can't waste it either. Melissa don't drink Mountain Dew. And, of course, Billy's here. He heard the ice chest, so he thinks, to this day, he thinks I'm pulling beef jerky out of it. And he's back to he just jumped back through his curtain, back to his little den. Once he's seen it was a soda. But I'm thirsty as hell, and I don't want to waste this drink. Oh, that's sweet. Ugh. Oh my God, I think my teeth just rotted out of my head. Yeah, I did, Jeff. I deleted it. It says, view deleted message deleted by David H. No, I deleted it, dude. I was like, no, you're going to get your dad, you're going to get piss people off, and you're going to get yourself into trouble. Because trust me, I don't care how good of a buddy is your buddy, when they see you're doing something so much better than they are, they're going to bitch about it to their, and you use your name on here. So if somebody says, hey, my fleet manager at Prime, how come so-and-so here at Prime is making all this money and I'm not? And the guy's going to type in your name and go, what the hell? Yeah, how is he making all that? Let me get back to you. And now he's going to contact your fleet manager or contact operations, because you don't know, dude. Your fleet manager might be doing you a solid. You don't even know if he's allowed to be doing that. And you don't want to stir the pot and get everybody in trouble and lose it and everything. Oh my goodness gracious, it's Miss Kiana in the house. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you are too. Young lady, I hope you're doing good too. Hope Seraphine as well. No, Rob, the sugar will make me feel like I'm going to vomit and shit my pants at the same time, unfortunately. Come to Prime. Prime's not hiring. Yeah, Kiana, it's been a minute since I've been live. Things have just been a big-ass whirlwind, crazy and whatnot, so I haven't had time to go live. And as a matter of fact, a couple of times when I was getting ready to go, I was going to do a live, I didn't have a good enough signal. And one thing I've learned, if I don't have a good signal, don't go live, because then all it does is pisses me off and makes me not want to ever go live again, because all the circles and stuttering and everything. So yeah, there's last couple weeks I was going to go live a couple times, but the signal wasn't good. Mr. Latimer, how in the hell are you doing, my man? How are you doing? You need to work a night shift so we can catch up. Although it seems like every time you work a night shift, I'm not running that night. So that's kind of screwy. Kiana says she's doing fabulous, preparing for my trip with family and boyfriend in June. Yeah, I see you got yourself a boyfriend there. What was it, on Facebook or Instagram or something? And, oh man, I made a big old smart ass comment and then realized, why am I being so mean? And deleted it. Oh man, you know me and my smart assisms. Also taking my time researching companies to go with after August. Why are you leaving after August? What's up with your company? Chris says tons of trucks here in the Northeast lately. That's because they're all flocking that way to make a check, because it pays good going in the Northeast, and then they're all cussing coming back out. Jason says, clear running out here in Kansas, headed toward Denver, better than Thursday in Montana and Idaho. This guy puts Facebook pictures up. Jason, you need to put those pictures up on the group page, man, because a lot of people would love to see those pictures. He's trucking. It's freaking April, and he's trucking through blizzards. It's like, where in the hell in the world is it still blizzarding? And then I realized he's over in Wyoming, he's over in Idaho, he's over in Montana. Yeah, no, it wouldn't have bothered you because it wasn't really nothing bad. But I was gonna poke fun and tease. Oh, you got yourself a boyfriend, a boy toy, and so on and so forth. But I didn't know how. I didn't know how sensitive you'd be with me poking fun and teasing, so I decided not to do it. I'm waiting to move up in the way of jobs, making a little bit more and going somewhere better. That's all. Okay. Cool. Dan says, I guess it's hard to explain without sending each other settlements. I don't want to get you fired up about pay on some of these companies are offering, and it's times making more money. No, I know there's companies like this company here. I haven't checked lately, but I know they were 70 cents a mile, guaranteed like $1,700 a week or something like that. In other words, you were going to get paid for X amount of miles whether you ran them or not, guaranteed. And then of course, if you ran over that, you'd make better than that. But I don't know any company gig, unless you're doing some kind of specialty thing, that is making more money than what I'm making doing what I'm doing, even in this bad time. Because a lot of guys, and I mean a lot of guys, have sent me information on the companies they work at and what they're making. And a lot of times I felt bad because it's like, dude, that's fine, but man, I make way more than what that is. And I hate doing that because I'm not trying to brag or anything, but because I don't throw money out there, they're not realizing when I bitch, I'm bitching because I'm an asshole, not because I'm not actually making money. And they're like, yeah, I'm making $1,500 a week over here at this company, take home, company gig, That's nice, that's good, but I can't work, work for that. I got plans, I got things I got retirement I got to think about, so on and so forth. Now, has there been paychecks less than $1,500 a week take home after taxes and everything? Yeah, but it's few and far between. Usually it's when I didn't work a full week because I was on home time or something. My hormones are much better since I got the IUD. It's made me a lot more balanced. Oh, that's good. That's good because you're always a fucking ticking time bomb. Tick, 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 tick. We have to catch up. We ain't talked in like forever. Next time you're running nights, man, just hit me up. Let me know. Send me a text if you're running, because I run a lot of the nights. That, or I'll send you one and see if you're I don't know if you do the night thing anymore. I respect you. I just feel bad for some of these drivers on the spot market. Yeah. One of the things you got to remember, Dan, is I'm not a solo truck. I run a team truck. So even though the spot market ain't paying all that great, we're running team money, which, we make pretty good money. You just got off nights? Loser. I figured I haven't heard from you in such a long time because you have a boyfriend. But whatever. Oh man. I forgot that's that 100% 100% pure freaking. How much sugar is in this? Oh my god. 46 grams of sugar for this one can. I'm not supposed to have like more than 10 grams a day. I'm gonna die. Or something like that. Oh. If I throw up, just know if I throw up, I also shit my pants from that sugar. So if I barf, you know I should too. Okay, Wednesday to Thursday. Yep, I have a boyfriend and I've been doing a lot of sitting because freight is down. Yeah, a lot of people's been doing a lot of sitting unless you're on some kind of a dedicated or specialty deal. You know, I assume the guys hauling fuel ain't sitting around much. So on and so forth. I got me a 66,048 mile run for next 6 months. I hope you have a bottle of water with you because that's going to be tiring. Oh, you mean your route. Jason's another team truck. Don't think he's going to be running 6,000 miles a week solo. That's good, man. That's good. He makes pretty good money where he's at. I won't say because I don't know if he's ever mentioned where he's at, and if he cares for anyone to know. That's for you, Jason. There was a bunch of UPS trucks over here doing their swaps. I'm at some mobile gas station that's a small truck stop. Right out the gate of where I delivered, I just drove right across the street and parked there waiting for a load. But as you see, guys, I've been waiting for a load since 9 o'clock this morning local because I'm on Eastern. My fleet manager doesn't get in till 8 o'clock Central, so I had to wait till 9 o'clock Eastern. And now she's working on finding me a load. And as you can see, I'm not excited about it at all because after leaving this company and going to that other contract freight company and seeing what those loads were paying and how... Hell no, I'll sit and wait all day for a load because I'm going to make triple on one load here than I'll make on a load there. Easy. Oh, it was horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And if you didn't watch my last video this morning, I was talking about it. I sat and played with me and Melissa both had their app, which had their load board on it. And we sat and looked all over the place. Idaho, Northeast, Southeast, Northwest, Southwest, Midwest, all these places. And then they told us, here's the hot freight lanes. They gave us the hot freight lanes. Yeah, there was a lot of freight there. There was, compared to where some of the places I was looking. Lots of freight there. But it paid like, I mean, how do you make a living there? Now, again, it was only solo. So I guess if you were solo, it was okay money. Not great money. It definitely wouldn't be what you could make at Prime as a lease operator. But solo. But it was okay money. Nonetheless, although with the way Prime's going right now, yeah, it would have matched Prime's money. I keep forgetting Prime's in despair right now too. So as a team truck, I was looking at that money and just, you know, Home Alone. That's how I felt. That's how Melissa felt. And I may have offended one of their drivers or something because somebody came off a little snarky on a comment on that video. But I don't think they realize that I'm a team truck. So that money for a team truck is ridiculous. For me to pull in $300 to $500 a day as a team truck is ridiculous. Gross. It's just ridiculous. You know, so we had to leave there. We had no choice. I even talked to the higher ups about, you know, can we get team loads? Can we do this? No. So, yeah. Imagine if you're a solo driver right now and you're running a team truck hard. Well, as hard as a team truck runs that's not trying to kill themselves. But, you know, you're running a good 8-9 hours a day each. and you're making $300 to $500 a day gross. Hell no, you're gonna run that. You ain't gonna run that for nothing. Oh my goodness gracious! Look who just stepped into the house. Is Mr. Hog Rider. Hog Rider, how you doing? How you doing? Been lurking and driving. How y'all? And hello, David, the USA Truck. I ain't at USA Truck, bro. Okay, so I didn't know if you ever let anyone know you worked at UPS. I don't want to say. But yes, Jason King is a UPS, our friendly UPS driver. That's why I had to throw FedEx. That is one clean-ass FedEx truck, though. That truck's got to be brand new. That's got to be brand new. All right, we don't talk about money on here, but yet continues to talk about money. Yeah, Hog Rider, but we don't give actual numbers. I got a pimple on the end of my nose. All right. Oh, no, it's not a pit. It's a scratch from the dog. I just feel burning. It's a freaking scratch, it looks like. Jeremy's back, Joy. But no, Hog Rider, I'm no longer over there. If you've watched a couple of my recorded videos, you'd know why. And if you haven't, then you got to go do that and you'll find out why. I wonder if that'd be nice if I could change your name on here. Instead of Hog Rider, I put Smartass. Oh, man. You know, it's funny because Joe Jordan used to be the resident Smartass. Now he's given up on it. And, oh, I gotta quit drinking that. I keep forgetting it's that. Ugh. How can people drink that stuff? It's like battery acid on steroids. But Joe Jordan used to be the resident smartass. Not anymore. He just lurks around in the background. Nobody wants to talk no more. I need air up here, man. Melissa's just gonna have to deal with. She's just gonna have to deal with. Oh, I got a stomachache now. She's just gonna have to deal with me sweating to death. Hog Rider says, yes, David, but some will start asking for numbers if you talk money. Yeah, but I don't give numbers. I'm very vague on it. But I think I say enough. I think I say enough to make them so people understand what I'm getting at. If I talked numbers, I would probably get a lot less comments of, here, come work over here, come work over here. You'll make more money, because they'll be like, yeah, no. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. People who say that are dangerous. This truck stop's so small, but yet they advertise clean showers. In that small ass little truck. And they got a restaurant in there, little greasy spoon. A little greasy spoon that they have in there. I had me a breakfast sandwich. I had a sausage and egg on sourdough. Yes, I have watched, but you've been told never to go to USA. I don't remember ever being told that, at least not before the fact. You need to start doing a weekly live, sir. You know, Hog Rider, that's not a bad idea. Maybe now that I have my head screwed on a little straighter than it's been for a good long while, maybe that's something I could probably think about doing, especially if we're going to be waiting to get loaded here and there, because a lot of times that's where things would go awry, is we were back, that had no time to do it, And then when things stopped being back to back, the depression kicked in, and the anger and the resentment and the woe is me, my world's coming to an end kicked in. I didn't feel like doing any lives or talking to anybody or whatnot. Joe says he hasn't had his 2 cups of coffee yet. No, Joe, you stopped being a major pain in the ass smart ass a long time ago. I swear to God, when you first started commenting on here about the first 6 months, I didn't know if you were a friend or a foe, and half the time was like, I gotta delete this guy, he's an ass. But I knew you were just giving me crap like I give crap, so it's like, as long as it didn't get vicious, it was okay. Where the hell is this guy? Oh, he's going back there. Jay says got 303,000 on the international, had 140 on it in February of 2022. That's a lot of trucking. That is, especially for an international. I think it'd be worn out by now. Holy crap, Jeremy just typed a lot. Let's see what he has to say. People need to realize that asking people about their money is not going to help, because each person will always have different numbers. Trucking industry is what each individual makes of it. Yes, you can't be more right. And that's the other thing that a lot of people, no, I shouldn't say a lot of people, but I needed to realize too. Not only were we falling into a trucking recession, but I also was running a lower paying lane in the wintertime because it was wintertime and everybody wanted to be south, and I was running that lane which was lower paying and was still making good money, but I wasn't making the money that I was used to making. But I'll tell you what, I ran into snow twice this winter. Twice. And one time it snowed good on me for about, I don't know, an hour. And then it was just off and on for, a couple of states out of Indiana and through Ohio and whatnot. And then the other time it was the day after a snowstorm. So we were just driving on it. Who can say that unless you're on a dedicated southern run? I mean, come on now. And then I had a little bit of ice up in, well, it was a lot of ice, up in Dallas for one day. Not even one full day, one morning. So for those 3 instances, all winter time, I say I did good. Yeah, I didn't make a ton of money, but I made enough money to survive and pay the bills and to save a little bit. I'm in Thomasville, Timmonsville, South Carolina. I'm a little concerned about getting a load out of here, and I even expressed that to my fleet manager when she offered this load. I'm like, a couple weeks ago we kept going to North Carolina and South Carolina, and it seemed to be hard to get a load out of there. So I'm a little concerned about getting this load, although this was a really good paying load for what it was. But her attitude was, yeah, I'm looking and they're kind of short on trucks in the area, so we should be able to find, she goes, we'll make something work. So being she had a good, straightforward, we'll make something work attitude, I'm like, okay, let's do it then. Because that's all I need is for positivity, and I'm good. Even if we sit here all day waiting for a load, the fact that she's positive about getting a load, I'm good. But when you start, I don't know what we're going to do, that freaks me out. That freaks me out and, makes me want to freaking cry. Hog Rider says, well, Jeremy, to me, it's no one's business how much I make, and it's none of my business what I make. Oh, what one makes. Okay. I'm like, wait, what? Yes. And, it's funny because my father, growing up, he was always like that. It's nobody's business how much money you make. Loves, as an expedited servicer driver, you got free drinks and showers, okay, for the month of May. Woo, I'm sweating. I want to take this hat off so bad. She ain't got the air turned up very high back there. The air coming out of here is not that cool. She'll murder me. That's too much light going in there. And then she'll hear me talking on this. Next thing I know, you'll see a fist come out. Wow. Because that was another thing she bitched about. Yeah, don't you be on the phone with Jeremy yapping all loud while you open the curtain to get air. Alright, I gotta stop drinking that sugary drink. It's gonna kill me. Let's get some water, carbonated water. Have to go take that in and dump it out. No, Billy, I'm just getting water to drink. You have water. I know you heard the ice chest and you think that food's coming. He already had his breakfast too. We took him out. He had his poop. And then we went for... You know, that's another thing, guys, about having a dog on the truck, is I walk a lot. When we got here, I took him out for a pee, and I walked around the truck stop with him so he gets some exercise. And then I fed him, waited about a half hour, took him out again. This time it was awesome because they just cut all the grass, and it smelled like fresh cut grass. And you had that cool mist coming off the grass. Walked him around the whole place, which got me more exercise and got his bowels moving, and he left a big old bump of poop. And I'm a firm believer in picking up your dog's poop, so you will never see me leaving dog poop behind. I've got 3 of them in my pocket at all times. Hog Rider says, let's talk about David H's future. It's been fun. I got a good loaded trailer. Okay, Kiana, don't be a stranger, man. Look like I'm in for some snow on my way to... Damn, dude. I'm done in 2.5 hours. I'll be out after midnight. If you are out, I'll call. Yeah, hit me up. I don't know what I'm doing as of right now, but chances are it probably will be. Cliff is going to Laredo. Well, when you say talk about my future, I mean, what the plan is the truck till this truck is done. Truck, how old am I? Another 10 years maybe. The plan is to do that probably over to the road, but not... I can't see doing it full time over the road for another 10 years. Maybe cut it back to maybe try to find it dedicated in a couple of years. I'm hoping to have this truck paid off at the end of the year, and I don't know, eventually I want to get out of the truck. I just don't know what that time frame is. Maybe when this truck is worn out and I either have to lease another truck or buy another truck, maybe that's when the time will be to get out of the truck, which, I don't know, what would you figure, another 5 years or so at least? And I'm not opposed to doing an in-frame on this thing. You know, I'll expect it up at 1.5 million miles. What's up, Tim? How you doing? Hello. Looks like they're keeping you moving more now. Yeah, well, we're waiting for a load. Here's the thing, Tim. They were keeping me moving. It just, it was getting to the point of having to wait between loads. Not a day, you know, a couple hours. I think every now and again we'd have to wait overnight for a load, which is to be expected in this market right now. Things are so, so sketchy right now, and they don't want... Now, here's the thing. If I told her I'll work for $500-600 for the day, $800 for the day, or whatever, she'd have me a load like that. But she's like, she's trying to keep the revenue up, so she looks for loads that are paying X amount of dollars, because those loads are out there all day long. So now that I've seen what was out there, $150 each for Alcoa. Oh, they're unpolished. For Alcoa, used Alcoa dual wheels, rims. That's another thing I got to make a decision on, is whether I'm going to keep super singles or go to duals. because I probably have only another 20 to 50,000 miles, I would think, left on these wheels. Actually, if I base them off of my blue truck, I only got about another 20,000 miles before I'm going to need to replace them. Definitely, they're going to need to be replaced before winter time. So I'm going to need to decide at that point whether I'm going to stick with super singles or switch over to duals. And now I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, so knowing what's out there to move you this quick versus if I wait a little while, what I would make. I'm good with sitting around for 2, 3, 4 hours waiting for a load. Even if I had to sit here till tomorrow and get a load that paid X amount of money, I'd be good with that because it's still doubling what I would have made, if that makes sense. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Haggda says, yep, dog on truck. Hey, little dog, buddy, you only pee and poop when I let you. You can only run when I let you. Poor animal. Number one, if he wanted to pee or poop, he'd just do it on the floor of the truck. Not that I would be happy about it, but it's not like I got a cork up his ass and his wiener pinched off with a fucking clippy. So if he had to go, he would just go. Every time I stop, I take him out to pee, you know, and I take him out twice a day to poop. Well, he can poop anytime he goes out to pee, but I'm looking for him to poop twice a day, and it's usually about an hour after he eats. So as far as exercise, yeah, I mean, it would be nice if he could just run and whatnot, but he could live where he was living in the little 14 by 12 room and, you know, with 14 other dogs. I don't know, you ain't gonna make me feel guilty. No wonder why he doesn't want to come to me when I put him in a dog run. He runs away from me. He doesn't want to come back to his truck. Maybe I should rehome him. I'll put the pictures up on your page so they can see what I put up with. Yeah, hell yeah. People would love to see that nonsense, especially in April, going on frickin' May. Billy in no way appears to be a dog that's unhappy. LOL, that dog is spoiled rotten. Oh, he's big time spoiled rotten. Huh, Billy? Want to see a spoiled rotten dog? Want one? I let him even choose his own. Which one do you want? You want that one? See, if he was smart, he'd grab a mouthful of them, but he only takes one. Good boy. Good boy. Yet he's looking at me like, give me another one. Okay, one more. Because you're a good boy. He came back up for another one. Oops. There you go. It's right there. That's it, buddy. He's piling them up down there and coming back for more. He's like, wait a minute, if you're going to hand them out, I'll just keep taking them. What's up, Mr. Ferdinand? How do you say that? Ferdinand. I think that's how you say it. But anyways, he just had his teeth brushed when we were home last, too. I'm just saying you look happier, and I'm glad things are getting better. Yeah, thank you, Tim. I am happier because I'm more accepting of what things are. You know, when you see how bad things can be, or when you leave an abusive relationship, when you leave a good relationship to go to an abusive relationship because you didn't like the relationship you were in because maybe he picked his nose or something, you realize that this abusive relationship is horrible. Maybe you ought to go back and be happy with the booger picker. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Stop arguing. I will. You're gonna mute me. Doctor says smart. He knows exactly what he was getting. Yep. What's up, Mr. Welsterman? Mr. OTR. Yeah, he knew what he was getting in that last time. I didn't want to admit it because it's almost like he heard me say it when I said, I don't know why he grabs just one and he doesn't take a mouthful, but that last one I gave, he got a mouthful of them. You're going to get a tummy ache. So he ended up with 3 of them instead of just 2. Is that good? Is that good? Is that good? Yum yum. The air's blowing on his hair and it's blowing over his face. He looks crazy. Jeremy says, go to work, you lazy ASS. I know he ain't talking to me, so he must be talking to Lucas. That's kind of messed up. It's kind of messed up. I had to take Jeremy's admin ship so Lucas could ban him. Let him start a war. Time to start my day on the way to Kansas, then Glendosta, Georgia, then Houston, Texas. Be safe out there. All right, man, be good. Enjoy your run. Enjoy your drive. Be safe. Now, I was just talking to somebody on Facebook Marketplace. It's a place out in Houston who's got a bunch of these Alcoa wheels, used ones. They want $150 each for them, but they're not polished. I guess I can ask him if he has any polished ones. Otherwise, I wonder how much it would cost to have them polished. Probably not worth. Probably just better to just go buy new ones then. I wonder how much they are new. I wonder if it's even worth going to dual wheels, because here's the thing. If I go to dual wheels, I'm going to have to buy 4 tire monitors for my Duran tire monitoring system, which is going to be, they're like $50 a piece, so that's $200. Then, will I be able to, how the hell do you check your tire pressure on a dual wheel unless you buy one of those hoses that come up to this side of the tire? Because how would you get your cap off of it? How the hell do you check the air pressure on a dual wheel truck? And are the front wheels the same as the back wheels? Oh shit. Lucas wants to throw a toaster at Jeremy. I don't know what kind of weird kind of trucker nonsense that is. How come Lucas doesn't have an avatar? Interesting. He must, yeah, I don't know. Kind of strange. Those hoses to take the air, the nozzle from the inside tire to the outside tire, I was looking, they're like $30 a piece. Oh, you never have? So they're like $30 a piece, so that'd be $80. 160, 320, 340, $340. And then I'd have to get new socks. I don't know, it might not be worth changing over to duals. I'd have to buy new socks, which, now that I think about it, I have an extra pair of socks on here that are useless because I have 3 sets. I have 3 sets of super single socks, and I only have super singles on the trucks. I don't have super singles on the trailer. So maybe it's time to sell these socks and get dual wheel socks. And how many socks do you need? Do you have to be legal, do you have to have them for all 4 drives or just 2 sets of drives, just 1 set of drives? I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to let you guys go because I'm done talking. I've been on here for an hour and 4 minutes. That is got my voice all sore. But anyways, I'll try to get on here in a couple with, try to get on here more so I can say howdy howdy. Oh my God, look at this nubby ass little freaking FedEx truck. Talk about a little wiener, man. Jesus. What the frickety frack is that? Is that like a FedEx freaking... Like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, Facebook, Trucking with David H.